I have two of these machines I want to show you. They're both slightly different, but honestly, they're such heavy beasts that I didn't want to put them both on the table at the same time because I was worried the table would collapse. These are unbelievably heavy. This is an Edison Class M machine. The Class M came out in the late 1880s. Edison invented the tinfoil phonograph in 1877 and then moved on to other things like the light bulb to work on, kept his interest into that. And then after Alexander Graham Bell's brother, Chichester Bell, and Charles Sumner Tainter came up with the Bell Tainter machine, Edison realized he had to get back into this project. So he worked on it and came up with the standard size wax cylinder that we're familiar with. And this was one of the first machines he marketed for that. It's called a Class M. It's an electric machine. It uses 2.5 volts, and it was manufactured from about 1890 by the North American Phonograph Company. They attempted to lease this machine for business purposes, not for entertainment purposes, but the company and the machine were a bit of a failure, and so the company went bankrupt in 1894. But Edison continued using this machine and marketing this machine later, and it was built up to, or manufactured up to 1909, 1910 period. It's a machine that uses an electric motor, and what you see on this machine that's really obvious is the governor, which is a vertical governor over here. The motor is housed in here, and it's quite a big and heavy motor. I'm going to see if I can get the lid off and get a video of the motor. The cylinder goes on a mandrel just like this, like all the later machines, like a Home or a Standard or a Triumph. The reproducer goes here. It would have been an early automatic reproducer. So this is the early version of a Class M machine. And we'll take a look at a close-up of it, and I'll point out some of the features of this machine. Here's the ID plate. This machine is sold for use only in Canada and the provinces of British North America. And the ID plate reads North American Phonograph Company. So this is the early one. You can see on it here the vertical governor, the start and stop mechanism. There's connectors for the batteries that would have been connected. It's serial number 5585. You can see an early automatic reproducer. And you can see the adjustment for the reproducer here. And there's a shaver over there. And the mandrel, which is brass and not plated. And you can see here where you could engage the recorder or disengage the recorder because it was considered a business machine at the time. And then over here is a place where you can put things that you need, like brushes and oil and things like that. And then because it was a business machine and meant for dictation purposes, there was a lot of shaving going on. So this is where the shavings were held, in this removable box here. Here is the later Edison Class M phonograph. And although it's slightly different, it's just as heavy. These are monsters. Unless you pick one up, you wouldn't realize just how incredibly heavy they are. But you can see it's almost really the same thing. Brass mandrel, same sort of mechanism here, vertical governor, start, stop switch. The difference is that this was manufactured under the patents of Thomas Alva Edison. It doesn't say the National Phonograph Company. The cabinet's a little different. The drawer is here. And the shavings drawer is smaller because probably at this point it was used a lot for entertainment and there wasn't as much business use for these machines. So let's take a close-up look at this one and see how it's different than the other. So let's take a look at the later Class M. Now, a number of these, especially the earlier ones, will have a listening rail around here so that multiple people can listen to tunes. Because these were early in the development of the phonograph, they were still considered a novelty. And so they were used as exhibition machines, and people would pay money and you'd have several people being able to listen to a cylinder at one time. Here is the ID plate. You can see it doesn't say the same company name as the last one, but it is quite similar. This looks a lot like a Class M, but it's actually a Class E. A Class E was really just the alternating current version of the Class M. Class M was direct current. This was alternating current. This machine hits all the high notes. I mean, it's a Class E. Okay, that's already rare. And then it's beautiful green oak. And then it's a concert machine. And then it's got a Bettini reproducer. I mean, it's got absolutely everything going for it. And it's in incredible condition. The bed plate has been refinished, and it's actually a really, really good job. You can see the mechanism is very similar. The difference is in the workings of the actual motor. And you can see the ID plate there, right? Similar to one of the Class M's I showed you. So it's a later version. It was made around the same time as all the other Class M's were made. And you can see the Bettini reproducer. It's an N reproducer. And you can see the company name there and the patent information. Wow, I mean, really. This is the one I want, but no, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. But it's beautiful.